Here at Mexico Beach, a lot of times in the US, but I've never seen something like this. I served in the military, but this is different. You know, this is civilization. You know, this has been deeply affected by a hurricane, and I never imagined, you know, to see something like this. It's bad, and I truly wonder, you know, why this is not cleaned up yet, where people are living now, and it's heartbreaking. It really is.
We're just a little laid back, out of the way. We're not looking for big and tall and fancy. We're very satisfied with the quality of life that represents who we are, and that's just nothing more than walk the beach, watch the sunset, read a book. We're a boating community. This is the boat ramp. So a little city like us to have access to the Gulf of Mexico is a big deal.
Yeah.
I mean, we're only 3.5 miles long, 1,200 residents. But when you can access the Gulf safely and go fishing, come back in and have all of this to put your water in, put your boat up. So I'm going to take this with us, and then we'll see some just to show you the devastation. I think it'll be y'all just go with me, and we'll get going.
Thank you, sir.
Less than 2 weeks after the storm, but it was run by volunteers. It was not run by Mango Marley's, which is the name of the restaurant. Okay. So a group of volunteers came in here and set that thing up and had it going, and they worked it for almost 5.
No. What made this storm different than the other storms?
Well, one, the speed by which it escalated caught a lot of people off guard. We had to get our services back up, meaning water, sewer. We had to do an assessment of just how bad our service lines and what we were going to have to do. So while this is important, the volume of debris, in order to do the assessment of our sewer and water system, we had to get the streets cleaned. So we concentrated on that. We now have people here in barges, and they're starting this. But we had to get we had to know how much water line repair, how much sewer line repair, and that was one of the things that we focused on.
What happened to people's boats? Do they sort of keep? I mean, what do they take?
Well, those that could trailer them, you know, tried to get them out. Some of the larger boats, they had to just moor in place. You can see back on the canal where we were, there were 2 of them that just laid up. That didn't work. Now, they've done a lot of cleaning up in this canal.
Yeah.
A lot of debris back here has been removed. But and these are some of the barges I was telling you about that are working the canal system. So it's but Lord, there were boats. I mean, there's people's I mean, you know, the woods are still full of people's possessions, and I think most of the cars and the boats have been removed, and they're starting to. They had a little lot right here. You can see some of them are just pulled up here, waiting for ownership or waiting to be, you know, vehicle.
war zone. It's unbelievable after all these months, you know, to see how much damage there still is, and just to look at it, you know, it almost makes me tear up. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable.
1,200 residents, approximately 2,700 homes, and there's less than 500 of them.
Just 500?
Less than 500 that are habitable. So
And the school, where's the school? Well,
our children go to school in Guff County.
Got it.
There's no school here. There's no, you know, there's no library. There's no. We're just little.
These houses survived.
Yep, these are some of the newest construction. Battered, severely battered. It's just sort of depressing.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Quite frankly.
I'm a little bit lost for words.
Yeah, it is very depressing. Well, when you see that picture and you get just a, you don't even have to live here or know what you can see what that is. And then you look at any homes in this little subdivision that survived at all.
Yeah.
So, and like I say, many of those are going to be torn down. You can look at them. I mean, they're just gutted out.
And you said there are only 2 left?
Yeah, there was 2. I thought there was one here.
Right here.
Well, no, I wasn't counting these, but I was talking. I thought there was 2. I guess there's just 1 here. It makes me wonder about our city. It makes me question the stamina that we're going to have to rebuild all this.
And what do you need to rebuild this?
Well, we got a good start. We got our services back. We got power. We don't have water and sewer on the south side of the road down here, and you can see why. There's no customers. But we do have water, sewer on the north side of the road. And as long as we can service, we have a building moratorium until February the 8th on new construction. But once we get all of the details that we need to tell people what they have to do to build back, I think you're going to see people just chomping at the bit to come back.
Are there people here in this area that stayed?
No.
No? Everybody left.
This area, the 2 were down on what we call Pier Road, where the pier went. We found 2 there that, why they stayed, I don't know. And especially on the south side of the road. And then we found, we think, again, I didn't check the corners before, but I think one of the older ladies there had a heart attack.
Oh my God.
So, I mean, it's stressful.
Yeah.
I mean, this is,
Yeah.
I mean, this is all you have.
Yeah.
And also depressing a few days after the storm, as people were able to at least get back, just going through the debris to find a picture, find you know, some little piece of their life. Because remember, this debris from their home, it wasn't like it was on their property. It was piles of debris.
Yeah.
So they, I found that very depressing. So I'm committed. I've said that from the very beginning. That has helped people, I think, feel at ease, because we will absolutely not sell. Our quality of life just won't be for sale.
Yeah, we operated until the hurricane, which was October 10th, 2018, and the day that will resonate with me for a long time. About 3 a.m. they said, we're abandoning ships. They locked up the doors, they put some things away, and they went out to our other hotel at Mainstay, and we sat and watched it on the news. And obviously in North Carolina, we watched it all the way through. And I lost communication with them about noon, and I knew what was coming. I mean, I'd lived in Florida all my life, lived in the Panhandle, Panama City, and we've escaped them, missed them, been lucky many years.
So what were your thoughts when you came down and saw what had happened?
We had a lot of reports given to us.
My first feeling was, for lack of a better word, excitement. I mean, the adrenaline was pumping, and I was ready to get here and to get my, my hands dirty and jump right in and start cleaning up. And then started doing some of that, and then the novelty wore off pretty quick. And then we took some time to go out of town again for Thanksgiving, and then coming back, I was just, I guess, depressed. Just knowing what I was coming back to, and that it was going to be a long time before things got back to a new normal.
Yeah, she's lived here all of her life. So this is all this whole community is kind of what she was raised in. I'm a transplant. So
from where?
Just from Panama City.
Okay, yeah.
But I've lived here since we've lived here permanently since 94, 95. So it's I've lived here longer than I lived anywhere else in my life. So and I grew up in Panama City all my life. So this is my home, and it's bad. We live right down on the highway, and our house was completely washed through. We had 4 feet of water, so we don't have a home to live in right now.
Well, not washed through. Our home is fine except for the first floor. We got 4 feet of water in it, so we had to muck it out, and all the sheetrock has gone downstairs, and
everything
we're going to remodel.
Wow.
Our house is fine. It's not like I say to other people, we are worse than some, but we're better than some.
Yes,
too.
exactly.
True.
Exactly.
Yeah, but the thoughts
Still
were
blessed.
shock, really. I mean, we heard what it looked like. Well, first time we drove, we came home with a bunch of supplies. Our foundation bought a bunch of supplies to distribute and give out and take to Mexico Beach because we had heard and seen the pictures. And first day we got home, we loaded up. We had this full U-Haul full of things, and we took it out there and just driving down the road. It was just shock. Really, it was unbelievable. I mean, I've never seen anything like it in my life. It was like Armageddon.
And you had lived there your whole lives.
Yeah, within the neighborhood. And I grew up in the Cove in Panama City, and it's devastated too. So, yeah, a lot of our guests sit on the front porch out here and watch the sun go down, have a cocktail, kind of just, come on, come on. Our sun supposed to be proudly displayed, and it's lost the strings. I need to get up there and retie. Yeah. Here comes Lynn.
Okay.
Yeah, this is the time of day. I mean, we were actually thinking about getting a little bottle of wine and sitting out here. And we did the other night. You can see our two chairs. Kind of recreate the past glory days. So, yeah, we got a lot to do.
Are you guys making a lot of progress?
We are. You know, it's kind of hard to see the progress because there's so much to do. I own a bunch of properties in town, and about 9 commercial buildings. I own, our homes here. I own the other hotel, which fortunately only got superficial damage. So we're very busy there, putting up a lot of the FEMA workers and some other people. Sacred Heart Hospital. A lot of construction. A lot of construction trucks. But
you know the saying, it gets worse before it gets better? I think that's kind of how I'm feeling about it. It looks a lot better than it did.
A lot better.
When we came back from Thanksgiving, it looked so bad because everything had been taken out of the homes and piled on the side of the road. It was just, 2
stories worth
it was
of garbage,
a war zone.
Debris.
You said you guys don't have a place to live in?
We're living at the we're living at one of my hotels.
One of your hotels?
Yeah.
Wow.
We're at the mainstay. We're living in one of the rooms out there. With,
You're remodeling your own house right now.
Right.
We are.
Yeah.
We're actually, I'm digging stumps today. We had to pull the stump out that went down, so we drug it out with my new truck.
And when do you expect to go back in there?
Our house?
Yeah.
We're building a small wing in the back. We have a big pool room and a pool and a outside cook area. And we had a mother-in-law suite back there that's small, and we can build it back quickly. So we're going to live in it. It's about 600 square feet. Our house is about 10 times that big. So we're gonna start there. We're going to start there. We're going to live there and kind of piece it together at home, and not at the mainstay. Mainstay is like home, but it's a little close to work. a little
But
too close to work.
one of my goals is to get the Port Inn back up and running so that people can come stay with us again.
Or is this
This is the
remodeled?
which
When we bought,
Like the windows.
we
when we
redid
bought the
those.
hotel,
We
ripped
redid
it
everything.
back to the studs.
Oh, we ripped it back to
Oh,
We remodeled
yeah,
it.
yeah.
we
and
stripped
so-
it down to
Yeah, the
nothing but
windows
the
are
flat.
new. Everything in here was, well,
New
new
electric,
as
new
like
plumbing,
2000.
And the upstairs
architecture.
rooms were fine.
we're
Yeah.
fine. After the
Okay.
storm, the
Yeah.
upstairs rooms, I mean, there was a little bit of blowing damage from the wind and blowing all the debris from inside the building. I mean, there was a magnolia tree in that last room down there. And once it was in there, I don't know, it was almost like, ships in a bottle.
Yeah.
I don't know how you get the ships in a bottle, but we had a magnolia tree in the Florida room. It went in there and just popped open, and I don't know, we had to cut it out to get it out of here. But the upstairs is, for all intents and purposes, still livable, except we had no power, we had no water, we have no hot water, we have no electricity, we had no any of the utilities necessary to live there. So we're trying to get the 14 rooms upstairs open. We've got a permit to rebuild and rebuild and just segregate the upstairs from the downstairs, so we can have rooms for people, because we need living capacity.
Yeah.
We need rooms for people that are here working and
business.
and some business and to do a little business, but mostly to house people that are here trying to help out, because every space is desperately needed.
Yeah.
And we'll go to the lobby where we get a little more light. We have new hot water heaters. Those were, the water was this deep in here, so that was, sorry. And there were 2 commercial washer and dryers in there. Watch, should be okay straight in. Here.
You have an opportunity to do things differently, make changes.
Our new IT room, that's our power. That's why we don't have power in the building.
Most people are trying to figure out what they can do.
Yeah, we can do differently.
Yeah.
This used to be a room. It's now going to be a breakfast area. Kind of opened up and expanded the line. We have some sheetrock.
Spoken to people that left that don't want to come back anymore after this.
That's a great question. We did, unfortunately, after the storm, because we lost one old hotel. A minute to kind of reshift your paradigm back to what we're dealing with. And we were gone for 3 weeks over Christmas, and when I came back, it took me 2 days to kind of reabsorb everything. And then, like she said, and we're getting back into the swing of things. Things are starting to fall into place, and I got a stump dug out today, so that I've been needing to do for a while.